Hello, this is the Heavenly Tea. I'm Dr. Isabella N.A. and I just had an idea. So I've come in from my allotment. Oh my God, look, grubby hands. And it's about this, how and why we are in this situation and how we get out of it. Anything that comes to my mind like that, I want to share. So the theme, topic, the isms of authority and judgment. Judgmentalism, authoritarianism. Okay, now, the people who have controlled us for so long have studied us for so long, and they know things about us that we don't anymore, or we don't think about. We are very easily conformed into a certain model. So when we see somebody behave in a way that's different from the model we're told is good, different from the model we are told is good, and how are we told it's good? Through conditioning, through television, different soaps, the soap operas, that means the TV series, the movies, the films, the books that get published, the studies on anthropology. That's how we are told how to be, who is good, who is bad, what is good behavior, what is bad behavior. Now remember, before we go to the next point, that we actually have inside our hearts, our spirits, a resonance machine, let's call it that, which it calibrates between that from outside, the person talking to us, the message coming at us, and our soul, our spirit, which is divine source, God, creator. We have this, but this is the thing we've told to devalue and switch off, dismiss, hide, bury. Instead, we get given again and again and again and again. This is the right behavior. So it's very, 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 very easy to manipulate everybody. You throw this at them, someone comes along different, and the mind, which has been conditioned, says, it's wrong. Now, it may be that if we stopped for a moment and felt with our heart and reached for understanding, used all of the skills, and look, let's go back to Jesus Christ, because he was a good guy, right? And there have been other avatars like him, of very high dimensional status. They said, you see with your heart, with your soul, through the eyes of source, through the eyes of God. You see with compassion, you see with love, you see with wisdom, you see with understanding. And so something that might on the surface seem like a bad thing, a sin, if you see with understanding, you can understand that that was the only possible action for that person in that position. Like stealing because you're hungry. There's nothing wrong with stealing because you are hungry if the world has done something to stop you being able to create your own food. Stealing because you're hungry because you're too lazy, that's something else, isn't it? But let's look at all these judgmentalisms. The authorities set up the pattern of humanity that we're supposed to judge by. The authorities who've studied us, they know how they can control us by setting this, and this paradigm of humanity. This is how a woman should be, this is how a man should be. And now, of course, they're putting new things of, oh no, we don't really need the man and woman anymore. We have the LGBTQ stuff, okay? Still, they're putting up paradigms of how we should be. And if we're actually our natural spiritual self, and we're, oh my God, following a deep passion, a creator source inspired mode of being, living and doing in the world, we may get the judgment. And what you'll find is you'll be loved or hated because it's fear or love that gets set off. Fear gets set off if that person has been instructed and has done all their best to hold to the mind program, the MKUltra programming that Kathy O'Brien talks about. It's not just the horrific sexual transgressions that have been done by those people we like to have called elite, never deserve that title. It's the complete mind control of who we should conform to, who we should aspire to. And we have been taught to believe our minds, our brains even. And so when someone comes across someone who's passionately bringing forth truth and goodness and change and celebration of humanity and spirit and divine source and inspiration, that can really unsettle that person, if they're just sticking to their mind program, if that person has their heart open and they're able to connect through and in, and this integrity, this discernment that comes from your conversation of vibration between your entire perception and your spirit, then you can truly feel the truth and the resonance of that person. And if then you don't judge them bad, you judge them good. You're not afraid. You're inspired. Judgmentalism, authoritarianism, very easily used against us. And I'll just quickly tell you how I came to this today. I met a friend I haven't seen for a while and just briefly touched on what has been happening with me and my man, because she knows of him. And she said something. She said, "Oh, I don't really think he's a good man." I said, "Wow, you really don't know who he's up against." And what I saw was a judgment made because certain behavior that she had been instructed by the authorities in their MKUltra programming of who people should be, how people should be. It didn't fit. It didn't fit to that paradigm, to her mental paradigm. And I said, whoa, stop there. You have no idea who or what he's up against. And whatever he did to protect me. And that was shock to her. But I had to pull her out of her judgment, obeying authority, into just for a moment, just feel me here and my truth coming straight from my spirit and through my heart. I didn't say she was judging. I didn't say anything like that. I don't, because I would be judging her. But what I saw was the result of this paradigm we've been living, all of us, every single model of behavior. And I say that because I've had to battle with it myself. It's like, if he loves me, he should do this. I still don't agree with everything you did, by the way, darling. If you're watching this. And you know what that is. It's just one thing. So I like the motto, almost always right. It was given to me by a professor and I gave it to him too. But mostly he was protecting me. So I understand that. It took me a long time to work it out because my feelings were conditioned by the programs. And yet my heart, every time I pulled away the layers of programs, and programs go into your feelings, it's not just your head. It goes into your established modes of feeling. But when you go into your spirit, your divine source energy, then you ask, every time I would come back with the, I love you, I love you, I love you. Now you don't do that for someone who's wrong or bad, do you? People don't deserve love. They resonate with love. I wouldn't love him like that unless he was love. And so it taught me a very important lesson, how deep this controlling has gone. It's not just external structures. It's not just the way we are thinking. It is also the way we're feeling. And this is why we need to understand how to scan ourselves every day to see what intrusions, what invasions we have in our beautiful soul system into our bodies, physical, etheric, and spiritual. It is why we have to cultivate that awareness. And once we have cleansed ourselves through command and prayer, love for self, and you can do this for your other beloveds too, then you can lead a life directed from your source, from your spirit. So I had to come on and say that. And this is my, look, it's even got, what has it got? Bits of garden on it. And my fingers. Oh my goodness. And no makeup. But I put lipstick on because I thought that'd be funny. But actually, I just got a shiny face. The lighting's no good. But you'll forgive me because this came from my source.